Hello there, it's Jacob from Weapons Grade, and today it's pretty sunny in England, so I thought we'd do this video outside. We're going to be looking at this baby, which started its life as a little Squire Telecaster, and as you can see, it's gone through some changes. A little about the history of the guitar. This was a '97 Squire Tele that I picked up at a local shop. Didn't really like the colour, but you know, I thought, well, why not? I'll add it to the collection. And one day I got really excited about the idea of trying out relicing. I've done relics in the past, more simple relics than this, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to try something really crazy. And what I came up with was this process, which I'm calling embering. What this basically entailed was taking the finish off of this Tele almost completely and singeing it basically with a blowtorch, various different flammable liquids, stuff like that, and then going back over the top with epoxy and a satin finish to actually make the thing secure and playing nicely. One thing I really wanted to make sure was that this guitar played the best it ever has, and that everything was still fully functional, the wood was safe. Although looking distressed, this guitar, believe it or not, actually feels really nice to the touch. It's smooth, it's been nicely finished, wet sanded, leveled, etc. It looks like you found it as a result of a house fire, but that isn't actually the case at all. So a little bit about the process of how I did it. The finish was a nightmare to get off. It was really thick poly, and the colour was very deep in this thing, so the colour took a while to get out. One thing I really wanted to achieve with this was this kind of contrast of yellow against black. So you've got the dark edges there that have been burnt, and this kind of yellowy core that remained. And that yellow was primarily the result of the finish I took off. Some of it I left patches that were thicker. You can see on the back there. So quite a lot of this is still the original sanding sealer, I imagine, that was put on this guitar. And when that burnt, it cracked, and that resulted in these really cool fiery looking holes in it, and the sides as well have come out really nicely like that. After that, I liked the result so much that I actually put my own sealer on top of it, let it dry, and then burnt it again to try and get a more precise patches and things like that. So for example, at the bottom here, I really wanted some contrast, so we ended up getting all of that as well. Really happy with how this turned out. The fretboard was an absolute nightmare, as you can imagine. I really wanted to achieve these kind of dark streaks throughout it, so it looks like the kind of flames have been licking it. And that was a process to do that and make it now all sealed and playing nice again. But we managed to achieve it, which I'm really happy about. The back of the neck, very much the same. It's had the same treatment as the rest of it, headstock, etc. The only thing I didn't want to touch was anything fundamental. So the tuning pegs, which are really nice, these are Wilkinson Deluxe tuning pegs, so I didn't want to touch those. All the chrome hardware I left as is. So obviously your bridge, your neck pickup, and your plate at the back, and the control panel. The pick guard was a nightmare. I wanted to get this to have the exact same effect as the guitar, and it being plastic, that was a very delicate and slow procedure to try and get it to match the state of this guitar. But I think the pairing comes out really nice. You don't see Teles looking like this at all. And I know relics are a bit of a controversial thing. You either love them or hate them. I was never truly convinced on relics before I saw this guy, and yeah, I absolutely love it. It looks so unique and interesting. Every time I've had this on stage or around, people are always asking questions about it. I don't blame them. It looks bloody mental in the best possible way. So what did I do to make sure the guitar was still nice and felt nice and played nice? Well, after the burns were all done, I applied epoxy to all the damaged areas, level sanded the epoxy, and then on top of that, I did a nice satin finish. So the guitar still looks and feels satin, smooth, smooth as you can get, with obviously cracks and bumps, but it's protected, the wood's nicely protected, and yeah, it's very pleasant to the touch. The neck, I did the standard finish I do on all weapons grade necks, which is a kind of proprietary satin nitro based finish that I use on all of them. And I love the way our necks feel. Our necks feel fantastic. They're not sticky like you get on a lot of the really glossy necks, but you can glide your fingers along them nicely. They're very nice. The electrics are all pretty much as standard. The pickups were the standard Fender Tele Squire pickups that came with the guitar. I've replaced the control buttons here just because the ones that were on it before were a bit rusty and old. It's got standard 3-way blade. All the electrics are exactly what you'd expect from a Tele. And this, obviously being a 97 Tele, was one of the Korean made Telecasters, which were a really good run of guitars. This one particularly feels and plays fantastic. So this guitar is going up on my reverb page if you're interested in it at all, or for example me doing a similar kind of effect finish to one of your old guitars that you have hanging around that you want to give a fresh lease of life to. Don't hesitate to get in touch. The website for Weapons Grade is going up soon, within the next couple of months, but for now you can contact me through Reverb, or of course through messaging or commenting down below on the YouTube video. Overall, I really hope you enjoyed the video. This has been an incredibly fun project to make. Really enjoyed the end result, and yeah guys, see you next time.